Hello, my friends. Welcome to our weekly What's Up in Makeup chat. Today's the day. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. Today, we're talking about a topic that is a more serious topic. And I don't even know how to even start this. So there's been some conflict between two creators that I know personally, and a lot of it's been blowing up on Twitter. There's been some things posted to Instagram, and there's been some drama commentary channels posting about it on their channels. So I don't know if you've heard of the conflict between Marlena Stell and Tina from The Fancy Face, which is her YouTube channel. Now, when you're on YouTube, as long as I have been on YouTube, and you're a social butterfly like I am, you meet a lot of people. And, you know, over the years, I started my YouTube channel, I think in 2012. So I'm at a little over 7 years. I opened the channel, I think October of 2012. So I'm a little over 7 years in. So I've met a lot of people and I have a lot of acquaintances. I have few friends, people that when I say someone's a friend, I say it's because it's somebody that if I had a problem, if I needed help, I could go to that person because I know we've developed that kind of relationship and I know that they could come to me, and we're at that level. So I have lots of acquaintances and very few friends on YouTube. Marlena is a friend of mine. I met Marlena at an event that she threw in Texas last year at some point. I don't want to missay the time. And then ever since then, we text all the time. Tina, the other person who's involved in this, I've known for years. I've been subscribed to her channel. She's been subscribed to my channel. And you know, we've never really talked a lot privately, but we've talked a lot publicly. I've commented on her videos. She's commented on my videos. We've talked on Twitter. We've joked back and forth. Like we are on extremely good terms. I wouldn't go so far as to call Tina a friend just because we haven't gotten to that level. It's not that I don't want to be friends with Tina. I think that Tina and I could be friends. We just haven't gotten to that level yet. Marlena is the reason why I started my channel back in 2012. She's the reason why I picked makeup as my focus. I knew I wasn't as talented as she was, so I couldn't do tutorials, so I decided to do reviews. That's kind of how that went. So a question I was asked is why I chose to talk about this. Why am I talking about this at all? And okay, this is the thing. Is it because of the nature of my chats, I always talk about what's happening in the community, and this is what's happening in the community. And I feel like if I skipped this one, if I purposely sat this one out, purposely didn't talk about it, then what I would be saying is that because I'm friends with Marlena, what happened to Tina doesn't matter. And that's not okay for me. I can't do that. I can't leave it out just because I'm friends with Marlena. I can't not talk about it. And it's gotten to such a big level. I was planning on just mentioning it, but it's gotten to such a big level that it became the title of the chat. I don't want to talk about it for the whole chat, probably the first 30 minutes or so. And then I do want to talk about some other things. Before we get into it, I do want to say hello to the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness. I always do, because when I invite people into my home, I like to say hello. So good morning to Consuelo and Amber and my girl Debbie Green. Angel and Jackie, hello to you. Anne and Abby. Debbie's reminding everyone to like and share the video so that YouTube will share it with more people. Thank you, Debbie, for that. Heba, good morning to you in Cairo. And I'm hoping I'm saying this right. Javiera. I'm going to say Javiera, because that sounds right to me. Hopefully I got it right. She is early, so good to have you here. Lex is here. My girl Banshee Muse is here. Debbie says, I think today's chat will be interesting. You know, I think it might be interesting to some people. I hate to use the word interesting because that implies that this is entertainment and this is people's real lives. So it's hard. You know, it's a hard topic to talk about. So I don't know how much I should go into like the back end of it. I think what I'm going to do, there's so many videos that talk about the entire story. I think what I'm going to do is just kind of sum up why Marlena made mistakes and what she did and why it was wrong and kind of things that are happening now. And the line that I'm dancing is that I've talked to both of these women privately, and I don't want to tell any part of the story that's not my part to tell. I don't want to divulge any information that they haven't already made public. So that's the line that I'm dancing. So hopefully I do well, because again, this is live. I can't edit it. Once I say something, it's out there on the internet forever, and it's crazy. So S. Jode says, "Are you okay? You sound different." I am really nervous because I don't want to mess this up. I want to do a good job with this. So I'm really nervous. So that's why I probably sound different. So yeah. And people have been asking me, I've gotten some weird questions lately about my face being puffy. I haven't gained any weight recently, so I don't really know what my face being puffy, I don't know what that is, but just know that I'm fine. I've gotten about 4 or 5 comments about my face being puffy lately. I don't know. I haven't gained any weight, so, and I'm not sick. No lymph nodes, we're good. So, all right. So let's just talk about Marlena's 2 mistakes she made. She made 2 really, really big mistakes. The first one is that, okay, let me just give you a brief summary. So Tina made a video. For the sake of time, Marlena didn't like what Tina said in the video. It was interactions between Tina and Marlena. Marlena didn't like the video. Didn't like the things said in the video. Maybe didn't feel like they were accurate. So Marlena made a video called Dear Influencers. You may have seen that, where she talked about many different conflicts that she's had with different influencers. She talked about Jacqueline, she talked about Manny, she talked about James, and she talked about Tina. In that video, Tina's, some emails from Tina were shown. And she had emails and all kinds of stuff from other people too. And all the personal information was blacked out, except for one shot of an email from Tina. This was all 7 months ago. One of the emails had Tina's last name, which is doxing. It is sharing personal information that isn't out there. I think that the general consensus that everybody believes is that was not done on purpose. And that's what I believe. I don't believe it was done on purpose, but it's still wrong. So the question is we don't know when Marlena learned that this was in there. Tina tweeted her twice. Let me make this note too. After the Dear Influencers video came out, Marlena said she was taking a break from social media, which I believe that she did. I wasn't friends with her then, but I believe that she did. So right after that video went live, Tina tweeted her twice. If Marlena was taking a break from social media, she wouldn't have seen those tweets. Tina did say that she also emailed her as well. Marlena says she didn't receive an email. Her team says they didn't receive an email. And that's kind of where that one is left. 7 months later, Tina puts in a request to have her name taken out of the video, which is 100% something she should have done. I'm not sure why 7 months later she chose to do that. I should have asked her that. But she should have done. I mean, it doesn't matter how long. She has an absolute right to ask Marlena to take her name out of the video, and it should have been done. Marlena then goes and copyright strikes Tina's video, the one that her video was about, the one where she talked about Marlena. Marlena copyright struck Tina's video because of the title, not because of the content. Because when you copyright strike a video, it's because you've used copywritten stuff that belongs to that person. So like I have copyright struck channels. I don't know how many, a lot. Because what people do is they take your entire video, or at least they used to, I haven't had it happen in a while. They take your entire video, re-upload the entire video with no commentary, no nothing, and then try to get people to click on it. So bigger YouTubers, I'm sure it happens way more often. So those are the videos that I've copyright struck. When it's random user X that has some weird username and they've re-uploaded my entire video. Maybe they've put some kind of thing on the beginning and some kind of thing on the end, but it's my whole video. And sometimes the title matches as well. And I've copyright struck those videos. It's my whole video. That's the purpose of the copyright strike, is when people take things that aren't theirs and there's no commentary added. It's just, the video together. Anyway, I'm running on and on. Marlena didn't like that she used Makeup Geek in the title because Makeup Geek is a copywritten or trademarked, I'm not sure which one, name of a brand. And she felt like if Tina had problems with her, that she should have put Marlena Stell in the title and not Makeup Geek. So all she wanted was Tina to fix the title to say Marlena Stell instead of Makeup Geek. Let's just look at what YouTube says about trademark. I got this off of YouTube's webpage. So it identifies the source of a product and distinguishes it from other products. A trademark is specifically acquired by a company or other entity through a legal process. And once acquired, gives the owner exclusive rights to the trademark usage with respect to those goods. So now this is the most important part. Trademark infringement is improper or unauthorized use of a trademark in a way that is likely to cause confusion as to the source of that product. That's why you hit someone with trademark. Okay, YouTube policy prohibits videos and channels that infringe on trademarks. Okay, if you upload a video that uses another party's trademarks in a way that is likely to cause confusion, your videos can be blocked and your channel suspended. That is not what Tina did. That's not what happened. That's not. Okay, so like let's say I decided I wanted to do a Disney channel and I wanted all my things to be about Disney, right? I wanted my whole channel to be about Disney. And I said, I am a Disney channel. And I label all my stuff Disney channel. I can't do that. It doesn't belong to me. I can't call myself Disney Channel because Disney Channel already exists. It's either copyrighted or trademarked. I'm not sure which one, and I'm not gonna get into the semantics of which one is which. You get the point. That's why it's there for trademark. Now, she could have maybe had a case against defamation. Maybe. Let's go ahead and flip over to that. Okay. So, defamation laws vary from country to country, but usually concern content that damages the reputation of another person or business. Although the definition of defamation varies around the world, in general, defamation is any untrue statement that is harmful to someone's reputation or causes someone to be shunned or avoided. That could be an argument. Okay? So, in some cases, uploaders are willing to remove the harmful content because obtaining a court order can be costly and time-consuming. So they're basically saying, try to handle this privately. And it's just one of those things that it's really hard to prove. It's hard to prove. But that's something she might have had a case for, is defamation. Maybe, possibly, but definitely not trademark. And she filed it under trademark. Now, what I don't understand is why in the world YouTube took Tina's video down. There is no way YouTube should have taken Tina's video down. It was Marlena's fault for filing it incorrectly in the first place. She shouldn't have done that. It was her responsibility to know exactly what she was doing when she did it. But YouTube never should have approved it. It makes no sense to me why YouTube approved it. Makes absolutely no sense. So, okay, let's go ahead and go over the community and see what the community's saying. Okay. Allie says, Marlena set a dangerous precedent because now brands will file false strikes in videos they don't like with their names in the titles. And you've got an excellent point there, Allie. If this was true, if this was real, then I gotta have my channel be gone forever. How many companies have I made mad? How many companies have I put in the title and they were negative reviews and the company was not happy with me? I'd be gone. I wouldn't be here if that were okay. So you're right, Allie. You're absolutely right. Deanna says she probably would have lost a defamation suit. I mean, and I think so too, because from what I remember of Tina's video, it's been a while since I watched it. Got a lot of crap for commenting on that and backing Tina up, by the way. So from what I remember, it was just her telling the story of her interactions with Marlena and with Makeup Geek as a company. I don't think that, I mean, I don't know as far as what was true, what wasn't true. I'm not going to comment on that, but I don't know. But my point is, in all of this, is that, number one, Marlena should have made sure that Tina's name was out of the video. That was her responsibility That wasn't a dig at her. It wasn't a personal attack against her. It was Marlena's responsibility to do that. And this is my friend I'm talking about. And I've told her I'm going to say all of this publicly. She knows. I mean, I've already told her. So it's not like I'm saying all this behind her back. I've told her that I was going to say this stuff. It was Marlena's responsibility to make sure that her name was out of it without question. Whether she likes Tina, doesn't like Tina, doesn't matter. Number 2, she never should have copyright struck Tina. Period. Never should have done it. Nina says, Marlena knew what she was doing. This is all on purpose. Her ego, man. I don't believe that. I can see why people would think that, but this is something we need to be super careful of as a community, as people who are watchers of people on the internet. We cannot assume the reasoning why someone did something. Only that person truly knows why they did something. If your whole basis for having issues with Marlena is that she did it on purpose, that's not okay, in my opinion, because that has not been proven that she did it on purpose. And I don't personally believe that she struck her knowing that Tina's video would be pulled down. And this is why. So when Marlena got the complaint from Tina, Marlena had an opportunity to change her video. She thought if she did a similar thing with Tina's video, that Tina would be extended the same courtesy. Yes, I get that when you file all of that, it says that this could result in taking down of the video. I don't think Marlena intended for the video to be taken down. She just wanted Tina to change the title. So I don't believe, knowing her personally, that she did it on purpose. You have a right to believe what you want, but the fact is that even I don't know, because I'm not her, whether she did it on purpose, but I can tell you I believe that she did not make Tina's video go down on purpose. She just wanted the title changed, which I think is still kind of crazy. I mean, I think that even just wanting the title changed, I don't think that that's something she should have even been asking for. That wasn't her place to ask the title to be changed, in my opinion. I don't think it should have happened at all. Madison says, you're being a good friend by giving beneficial criticism. I don't think she would do it on purpose because I don't think she knew it would happen like this. I don't think she did. I mean, if you think about it, it's like, you know, the things that she's being accused of lying about and things like that. Why would she do that? It wouldn't make, she knows that wouldn't make her look good. You know, like, okay, so let's go into the next part. All right. So the next part is that Marlena issued an apology on Twitter and said that she put in a removal. She said, I'm really sorry. I don't have a screenshot of it. I should have taken a screenshot of it. But she said, I'm really sorry. I put into YouTube to remove the strike. I realized I was wrong. I shouldn't have put the strike on. I realized I was wrong. I put into YouTube to remove it. So yesterday, which was 5 days after that, Tina is very rightly upset that the strike hasn't been removed from her channel. Very rightly upset. And she questions whether Marlena put the strike in at all, which makes sense. She talks to people privately behind the scenes, and they've said that they've had strikes on their channel, and they've been removed within 1 day. So why is it taking so long for Marlena's? That's the question. So let's go ahead and let me tell you why I think it's taking so long. So YouTube, if you don't do YouTube videos, you don't know this. Our back end, we have something called Creator Studio, and it was one way for a really, really long time. And over the past year or so, they've been changing it over to this new thing. It was called Beta, and now it's the new Creator Studio. And now the old one is called Classic. So we have the old Creator Studio Classic, and then we have the new Creator Studio. So in the old Creator Studio Classic, you could do the retraction manually. Let me show you what it looked like. So you could go to your video manager and you could submit retraction. You could click a couple buttons and it would be done. And after this video is over, I'll link you to a guy named Daryl Eves who did a whole video on how to do that. It's about a 3-minute video on how to do that. So that's what it used to look like. Okay. But if you go in now, this is what it looks like now when you go into the copyright page. Now it says, to retract a takedown, email copyright@youtube.com from the email address associated with your YouTube account specifying the video in question. Now, why does that matter? The reason why it matters is because back when these channels used to be struck with copyright, the user could go in and manually change it, never having to talk to a human. You go in, you click a couple buttons, done. Now, you have to email copyright@youtube.com, not a specific person, just copyright@youtube.com, wait for someone to read your email, then they have to evaluate the situation, and then they have to reverse the copyright. Now, Tina reached out to customer service. There was like a live chat thing, which I don't know how she found. I didn't even know a live chat existed for YouTube support, but that's amazing that that exists. And they said it's not typical for it to take 5 days for a copyright to come down. So I asked my YouTube resource, which is my major resource for all things YouTube. His name is Roberto Blake. If you have a YouTube channel and you need to know tips, tricks, anything about YouTube, Roberto Blake is amazing. Okay, he's YouTube certified. He is an expert on all things YouTube. So I asked Roberto last night, and he was kind enough to respond to me. And he said it could take up to 7 days for YouTube to get rid of a copyright strike. So we are still within that time window. And I can tell you that I know for a fact that Marlena did put in the request to remove the copyright strike off of Tina's video. I can tell you that for a fact. She did put in for it. She put in for it on the 29th. Okay. It hasn't happened yet, but she did put in for it, and she's doing everything she can on the back end to get rid of that copyright strike on Tina's channel. Another thing that hasn't been said is that how copyright strikes work on YouTube. So it's a 3 strikes you're out system. You get 1 strike, you get 2 strikes, you get 3 strikes, and then your channel has the potential of being shut down. The strikes expire in 3 months. So in April, even if Marlena did nothing, Tina's strike would be gone in April. The chances of Tina getting 2 more strikes by April, I'm thinking is probably pretty much 0. Nothing is going to happen to Tina's channel because of this. I'm just stating a fact. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. Why I'm saying it's wrong. She shouldn't have the copyright strike on her channel. But I'm saying Tina's channel is absolutely safe. Whether the copyright is removed 4 days ago, whether it's removed tomorrow, Tina's channel is not getting shut down. It's not happening. So I think that's an important part of the story. Okay? I do think that's an important part of the story to say. No matter what, it shouldn't have ever happened in the first place. Period. Shouldn't have ever happened. And it looks like Tina has joined us. Hi, Tina. I'm genuinely sorry that this has happened to you. I'm genuinely sorry. Okay. So Zaddy Doll is here. The other part is there's a lawyer situation. So Zaddy Doll says Marlena's attorney sent Tina a letter asking her not to defame Makeup Geek or Marlena. Okay. So the letter Marlena getting lawyers involved, Marlena trying to sue Tina, that's not what happened. Okay. She's not trying to sue Tina. She had her lawyer contact Tina and ask her to please stop using her name and Makeup Geek's name. I don't know if it was like, I don't want to say in a public way or whatever. I don't know the wording of the letter. But she basically just wanted Tina to stop talking about it. She just wanted it to stop. And it was a request. It wasn't illegal. It wasn't a court summons. It wasn't anything it said that she had to stop. It was a request. So it's not like Marlena is suing Tina. That's not happening. Marlena is not suing Tina. So if you've heard that Marlena is suing Tina, that's not real. That's not what's happening. Her lawyer reached out and asked Tina to please stop. Should Marlena have gotten her lawyer involved? I believe no. I think that took it to a whole new level that it absolutely did not need to go to, and I don't think Marlena should have had her lawyer send anything to Tina, because I think it brought a whole new level. So that was another mistake in my opinion. So, Scorpios. Oh, I lost it. Oh yeah, Scorpio Kima says, why did she involve lawyers and send a cease and desist? Okay, so it's really important to understand the difference between a cease and desist request and a cease and desist order. This was a request, not an order. So there's no lawsuit happening. At least to my knowledge, there's no lawsuit happening. Why did she involve? I think this is what I think. This is my opinion. Why did she do it? I think she just wants it to stop. Tina's very upset, and she has an absolute right to be upset. And she is giving a play-by-play on Twitter of every single thing that Marlena is doing. And I think, in my opinion, this is my opinion, that Marlena just wants it to stop. She just wants to be able to handle it and stop without all of the public being involved in it. And if you saw her Instagram story, that's pretty much what she said in the Instagram story. She just wants it to stop. And I think that's why she got the lawyer involved, is she just wanted it to stop. But unfortunately, when you send a letter like that to somebody, that's just going to make it worse. It's going to make that person go, oh my gosh, and it's going to make it worse. It was a bad move. It was a bad move, in my opinion. Minnie Zozo says, well, if one reckless copyright strike can be thrown at a channel, then why can't two more? That's very true. But I don't think Marlena is going to do that. It would have to come from other people. So, I mean, I guess you have a point. I can't say that it's not possible. But I mean, it would have to be like, I don't know how that could happen. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I know Marlena's not going to do that. That's not going to happen. If she did, I would sell you my firstborn child. Like, you know, if that happened, like, I believe, I can't even imagine, like, no, you know what? I'm not even going to go that far, but like, seriously, like, I can't see that happening. I can't see that happening. Yeah, as Sammy says, she's trying to get Tina to stop talking. It's pretty obvious if you were on Twitter and watching the BS not stop. And this was my only criticism of Tina. And honestly, it's not even really criticism. It's more of like it's not even really criticism. Criticism isn't right, because she had an absolute right to say whatever she wanted. Whatever she wanted, she had absolute right. But I wish she hadn't resorted to name calling, because at one point, this was right before I believe the lawyers got involved, there was a lot of name calling going on. Tina calling her that woman. And if you know the significance of that, that's a real big punch in the stomach for Marlena to be called that woman, called her Mrs. Geek, was name calling her. And I feel like that, you know, of course, if you're a human being, you're going to want that to stop when someone's name calling and spreading information that isn't the whole story. At least from her perspective, it wasn't the whole story. You know, on Twitter, you can't tell the whole story. It's not possible. That's why I didn't talk about this on Twitter, is because you can't tell the whole story on Twitter. Twitter sucks for this kind of thing, because you can't tell the whole story, and people jump and they snowball things, and it's crazy. But yeah, that was the only thing I wish that Tina hadn't resorted to name calling. But she had an absolute right to do whatever she wanted to do. I just felt like that just made things worse. I feel like it made, you know, everything escalate to another level even. But I mean, but it's her right. It's her right to be upset. She had an absolute right to be upset. And I don't want anybody to think I don't think that. Because honestly, like, Marlena messed up. That's what I'm going to say. Marlena messed up. But I'm telling you, she's trying to fix it. She really genuinely is trying to fix it. And if you believe me as an honest person, as somebody that doesn't hold things back, as somebody that reviews products of friends and will tell you if they suck, I'm telling you, she is trying to fix it. She's doing her best. You can believe me or not, you can believe her or not, but I'm telling you, I've seen it. I know it. She's trying to fix it. Okay, I know how upset she is. She knows she was wrong, and she's trying to fix it. And that's what I want to get through to you. And that's where I'm at. So, okay, Camille says Marlena dragged Jacqueline James and a slew of other influencers in her video. I don't think she dragged them, though. I think I don't think she dragged them. She just talked about her experience. I don't think that's the same as dragging somebody to say your side of things and to express your side of what happened. I don't see that as dragging. She says, no repercussions whatsoever. Finally started the name calling after the cease and desist was sent. I'm not sure if the name calling was before or after. I think the name calling was before. That's what I think, Camille. But I do not agree that Marlena dragged anybody. Marlena stated her side of things, which I think is very, very different. That's my opinion. You can disagree with me if you want. Totally cool. X wants to know what's the problem with that woman. If you go back and you look, it was an issue with James Charles where James Charles called her that woman. I don't want to go into the whole story of it because it's really long and it's 10:30 and I don't want to stay on this too much terribly longer. I have 2 pages of notes. I just want to make sure that I've covered everything. I didn't even read from my notes, but I can tell you what I wrote on this part. The things, this is all stuff that I've said though. I just want to make sure I've got everything. Yeah. Yeah, I've said everything. Okay, so this is my opinion of what needs to happen at this point. This is opinion. This is an outsider's opinion who happens to know both people. Marlena needs to make it right, and she's trying to make it right. Tina's name needs to be out of that video, or that video needs to be private forever. End of story. The copyright strike needs to be removed from Tina's channel. End of story. And that's it. That's it. And Marlena needs to back her lawyers off. Her lawyer. There's no reason for a lawyer to be involved in this. They have no case. Tina didn't do anything to her. That's the thing. Tina did nothing that was against the law. She's allowed to express her opinion. She's allowed to say what she wants to say about Marlena, about Makeup Geek. She's allowed. She's allowed. There's no legal anything. Even if for some reason they ended up in court over this, Tina would win. Because Tina didn't do anything wrong. She did nothing wrong. So the lawyer needs to be called off. So those are the 3 things. And I do believe all of those things are in progress or have already happened. I know that Marlena took her video down. So let me take a couple more comments from the community. And then we're going to take our little break. And I'll tell you what's on my face today. And we're going to go into the second topic. Thank you, Cammie, for explaining the James situation. There's a bunch of explanations in the chat. Hopefully people watching on the replay can see them. Vanessa says, wasn't Marlena the one who uploaded a video talking about other YouTubers? So it's okay for Marlena to share her side, but if Tina does it, she's being childish and doing too much. Fair point. I think it's a fair point. The only thing that's different is that Tina and those, when Marlena uploaded her video, she didn't put, Lunar Beauty or whatever in the title. Because that was the issue that Marlena had. Let's make sure we stay focused on the issue that Marlena had. She had an issue with Tina's title. That it said Makeup Geek. She wanted Makeup Geek out of the title and she wanted it replaced by her name because she didn't want Makeup Geek being dragged into the beef that is personal. I don't know if the word beef is appropriate or not. Someone told me the word beef is not appropriate. I just learned that yesterday. So I'm not going to use that word because I don't know the history of it. And someone told me that yesterday that beef is not something we should say. I'll have to look it up, but I'm sorry that I said it if that was inappropriate. I have to educate myself on that. So I've lost where I was now because I was like, oh wait, I learned that yesterday. I'm not supposed to say that. I lost where I was. I totally lost track of what I was saying. So if there was problem between Tina and Marlena just wanted Tina to not have her brand name in the title of her video. That's all. So let me see if there's anything else. Britt says, hi Britt. Marlena has apologized not only to Tina, but to the community. I think that these things aren't going to happen overnight, but I think both parties owe each other apologies. I don't know if Tina owes Marlena an apology, to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. If she feels the desire to, I think that's up to her. But I honestly don't think Tina owes Marlena an apology. If she wants to apologize for the name calling or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like Tina was within her rights and absolutely right to be upset. I would have been upset too. Mon says Marlena only acts innocent. She's fake. See, this is another one of those things that we need to be very careful of. Unless you know someone personally, to say that someone is fake, to say that someone only acts innocent, that is an assumption based on things that you have seen that is a very much a partial picture. And I think that it's very not fair. Like, I love Mons. Mons is one of my subscribers. I love you, dear. But I don't think that that's fair. I don't. And I don't think that anybody's claiming that she's innocent. And I don't think she's claiming she's innocent. She's claiming that she made a huge mistake. Marlena knows she made a huge mistake. She said it. She apologized. She's not claiming to be innocent. She knows she made a mistake. Let me just see if I'm missing anything, and then we're going to move on. Yeah, Chrissy says Marlena put Tina's safety in jeopardy by doxing her. Absolutely. But remember, it was unintentional. She meant to take the name out. Everything else was blocked out of that whole video, and she meant to take it out. So you're absolutely right, but it wasn't intentional. Let's make sure we keep that in mind. And I think Tina knows it wasn't intentional. Every video I've watched, which hasn't been too many, believes that it wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional. So Megan says it wasn't Marlena's place to ask the title be changed anyway. What she did is the equivalent of a temper tantrum. Nothing about the title was against the terms of service. Other than the temper tantrum part, which I think is a little bit further than I would take it, I agree with you. It wasn't her place to ask the title to be changed. Nothing about the title was against terms of service. Agree with that 100%. All right. So at this point, we're going to switch topics. I hope that I articulated myself well. I really do love and respect both of these women dearly. Again, I know I've been watching Marlena since before my channel started. Recently, we've become friends. We talk about our Cavaliers dogs together. I mean, and we talk often, checking in with each other. And I hope she knows how much I care about her. Tina, I've known for years and years and years. I've talked with her privately as well. I hope she knows how much I care about her. And then I'm so sorry this happened to her. I don't think it's right. I think it was wrong. And I really, really hope this gets resolved soon. I really, really do. All right, let's go ahead and move on. All right. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you for all your wonderful questions. Okay. All right, so let's talk about what's on my face today. All PR that I'm going to show you. So the first thing is what's on my eyes today. I got a wonderful PR package from Makeup Maniacs. This is their Uranus palette. When I showed this on my, I do a live stream with my Facebook group, which is called What's Up in Makeup, every Thursday. I had not read the shade names when I showed them this. This is pretty stinking funny. So let me tell you the shades that are on my eyes today. I started off with a little bit of butt in my crease. And then I moved into a little bit of Culo, which I hope I pronounced correctly, and then deepen up my crease a little bit with that. Then I used Badonkadonk to deepen up even more. And then on the outer corner over here, I used the shade Trunk. And then I lightened that up on the inner corner with the shade Derriere. Okay. On my lower lash line, I put the shade Trunk and also a little bit of Derriere. So this is the Uranus palette. I had fun using it. It was a little patchy to go on, but it was definitely workable. That's the first time I've used it, and I did have fun using it. But I did have a little bit of trouble blending out the mattes a little bit. It just wasn't instant. It just took a little while. Oh, Tina, I just saw her comment. Tina says, thanks, Jen. I'm ready to move on as well. I'm exhausted. I think that there's a lot of exhaustion going around with the situation. I think that I'm just hoping that it gets fixed soon. I really am. Okay, so anyway, back to Apple Bottom. That's a shade that I think looks really, really cool. I'm trying to lighten it up a little bit. I remember, I know that part is very serious. I don't anybody think that I'm minimizing that. But the shades in this, they're so funny. We got Gluteus Maximus, we got Behind, Buttock, Fanny, Booty. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And it was fun to use this morning. On my cheeks today, I have also in PR, the Ofra Madison Miller Blush in Sweet Stuff. I've been using this a lot lately. I really like it a lot. On my highlight, for my highlight today, I have the shade Strobe Light, I believe. It's number 2 from Milani. This was also PR. And then on my lips today, I have the shade, this is one of my favorites, Secret Agent by Lorac. I absolutely love this shade. I also want to show you a new purchase that I made. This was purchased because it's just so cute. I'm going to put pictures up on my Instagram. Well, at least that's the plan, is put pictures up on my Instagram. I try not to say that I'm going to do something, because then if it doesn't happen, I lied. So the plan is to put this up on my Instagram, and I'm thinking about doing a full review of this. Let me know if you think I should do a full review of this, because it does, it means that that's the video for the week, and you're not going to get something else. You're going to get this. So comment carefully. I got the Glamlite cake palette. I ordered this. It came yesterday, and I'm so excited. It comes in a little oven that you open up like that. I mean, really, that is so cute. All right, take this out. Comes out of the little oven. Their packaging, I swear. All right, and this is the cake palette. And then inside are all of these rainbow, beautiful colors. Very, very bright. I haven't even touched it yet because I want to Instagram it. I want to take pictures of it before I swatch it. But we got shades like banana, pineapple, strawberry, lavender, blueberry, guava, peach, cranberry, carrot, things like that. But I'm really excited about this. I do love Glamlite's formula. I have their paint palette that they send in PR, and then I had purchased their burger palette. I did a video called the Burger Palette Smackdown, and I did a comparison between the Glamlite burger palette and the Bombshell Cosmetica burger palette. Glamlite won. I'll just tell you that. Spoiler, so you don't have to watch the whole video if you don't want to. But they have really great quality eyeshadows. I do believe they are made in the PRC. What you're paying for here, as far as the price, is the packaging, to be honest. Yeah, made in the PRC. Designed and assembled in the USA. So the shadow formula is very similar to the quality of Juvia's Place. If you're familiar with that formula, it's very similar. Juvia's Place is also made in the PRC. Very enjoyable to use. So I'm very excited about that, and I want to share that with you. Let me go ahead and scroll down. The other thing that I want to say about Glamlite real quick is the reason why they make all of their products after food is because it's supposed to be supportive of people who have struggled with their weight, and where food has become a negative thing in their lives. And the owner is trying to make food be a positive thing and something to celebrate, and body positivity and things like that is what she supports. So I definitely recommend checking them out if you are interested in these cute little palettes, because they're absolutely adorable. So, all right. Now I'm going to go ahead. Melody says, please review the cake palette. Love the packaging. So cute. It's so cute. I know. Rindy, has anyone tried the Beauty Bakerie banana pudding palette? I have to be honest with you. It's an okay palette. The pigmentation on Beauty Bakerie is it's less pigmentation. It is a little more, subtle. So if you like a more subtle eyeshadow palette, I actually have it. Actually, I'll show you. Oh, hold on. Let me get it. It's right here. Hold on. There it is. Oh, I knew exactly where it was. It's right here. So if you like a more subtle eyeshadow look, then this might be something you would enjoy. Just know that it's not going to be as bold and bright. This is going to be like subtle office work looks kind of thing, or if that's just your style. It's not a bad palette. It's just a little too subtle for me. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's go into the second topic I wanted to talk about, which is a new discovery that I found. His channel is Robert Welsh. I do know that he has a brother. I haven't delved into his brother's channel yet, but I've been obsessed with Robert Welsh. I don't watch a ton of YouTube videos. I have to really pick and choose what I watch because I don't have a lot of time outside of editing, taking care of my family and everything to watch YouTube videos. But I've watched quite a few of his videos and I really, really enjoy them. And I want to show you what he put up on his community tab. And I want to talk about it because I think it's an interesting topic. He says, hi, so I would love some feedback from my subscribers as I know you all have great minds. Let's be real but nice to each other during the process and respect each other's opinions. It's so sad that we have to say that, right? My MUA React thumbnails are of course made to look more dramatic than the actual video, but get my views across in one picture. That's kind of hard to do. Is this clickbaitish? Should I change it up? Keep it classy? What would I even do with my face? Let me know your opinions and ideas below. I appreciate you all and your opinions. Don't be shy. Okay, so let me go ahead and switch back over. Actually, let's go ahead and go over to Robert's channel. And let's talk about his thumbnails. I wish I could zoom in on this. Oh, somebody told me how to do it. Let me see if it works. Control and then the plus. No, it's not working. I thought it might, but it's because it's through the software that I'm using. It's not just going through a website. So unfortunately, the Zoom didn't work. But like, for example, this one right here, the third one over, the Raw Beauty Christie one, this is one that I believe he got some criticism for. And then if you look at all his other MUA Reacts ones, he's making different faces. But these are faces that are taken from the actual video. So the question is this clickbait? Are these thumbnails clickbait? So take one more look at them. I'm going to go ahead and make a thumbnails go away, and I'm going to come back to you. Okay, this is what I think is missing from the clickbait argument, okay? YouTube is a place where so many videos are uploaded all the time. And in order to get your videos seen, you have to have an engaging, they call it an engaging thumbnail, which also means a clickbait thumbnail. When we think about what bait is something you put out there and see if people will look at it and go, yes, this is something I want to watch. Okay. So really any good thumbnail that makes you want to watch because you looked at the thumbnail could be argued as clickbait. But where it becomes a problem is when the thumbnail doesn't match the content. If let's say I love this palette. I love it. The whole video is about how much I love this palette. But my thumbnail goes, that is clickbait. Because we know that negative thumbnails will bring in more views. But if I don't like this palette and my thumbnail's like this, then that's not a negative way to clickbait people. It's the truth. And I personally feel like Robert's thumbnails, at least the ones that I've watched, accurately reflect the content. So when he's looking at Christy, he's looking at it with a smile. He's looking at her, smiling. And he loved her video. He loved her. So it matched. Was it clickbait? Absolutely, because it's an engaging thumbnail. It makes me want to watch it. And that's why so many people are finding Robert lately, is because people are finding him through, oh my goodness, I know Christy. I love Christy. I wonder if Robert's going to not like what she's doing. I want to watch this to hear his opinion. And then they watch it for a long period of time, which increases the engagement on Robert's channel. Then people like it. They comment on it, and YouTube says, oh, this is a great video. There's lots of people clicking on it when we recommend it. There's people not just clicking on it, but they're watching it for a long period of time. Not only are they watching it for a long period of time, they're liking it and also commenting on it. So this is a video we should share with more people. There, it gets shared with more people because of the thumbnail, more people click, and so on and so on. And that is how YouTube videos do well in this day and age. Let's say Robert really had one of those negative clickbait thumbnails where the content didn't match what was happening in the thumbnail. People would clickbait, they would click, but then they'd be like, this video isn't what I thought it was gonna be. This isn't right. And they would click off. The video wouldn't have a long watch time. They wouldn't hit the like button. They may hit the thumbs down button before they leave, but they won't hit the thumbs up button. And they probably won't comment, or if they do, it'll be a negative comment. So my suggestion to you, if you feel like a video is clickbait, like for real, don't give it any engagement. Click out as quickly as you realize that it's clickbait. Don't comment on it, and don't give it any kind of rating. Just go out of it, because that's engagement, and that will continue to make the video do well in YouTube. Okay? So that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't feel like Robert's thumbnails are clickbait in a bad way. They're clickbait in a good way, and that they're engaging thumbnails. So now I'd like to know what the community thinks about this. So I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Jessica says, my only issue with thumbnails are when creators use a thumbnail that is directly opposite of the content. We saw that a ton with the Blendful video review videos. Oh my gosh, you are 100% right. I saw quite a few that were like, WTF, and like it was like all dirty looking and weird, and then the video was 100% positive. That's clickbait. So if you see that happening, exit out as quickly as you realize. Don't engage with the content if you don't want that creator, that video to be seen by other people. Tanya says, I just discovered Robert because of the Raw Beauty Christie video. Oh my goodness, he's wonderful. He is wonderful. I highly recommend you check out his channel. I mean, it's really, really good. I've learned a lot. I've started changing up the way I do my eyeshadow a little bit based on a video he did like a year ago about mistakes people make in eyeshadow. I definitely recommend that one. Once this video is over, I'll link it down below so people can find it. It's so good. So good. Lady EMC says, I don't think his thumbnails are clickbait at all. I think, yeah, it's not a negative thing, I don't think. Hapa says, people will call it clickbait if it makes them want to click and it makes them feel duped for some reason. It just means he's doing something right. I 100% agree with that. Yep. Melissa says, well, thumbnails are all fine. Let me go ahead and skip down a bit. Oh, Lisa wants puppy time. I don't know. That's up to John. I'm sure John's upstairs listening. If he wants to bring puppy down, he can. And we got 12 minutes left. Just Paul says, I don't find Robert's thumbnails improper. His channel is one of my faves. People need to lighten the heck up. Yeah, and the thing is I've said this on Twitter before, and I think it's human nature, and I think it was Christy that I was talking to about it, that she was saying, well, let me tell you what I was saying first, is that, I can get 500 comments on a video, and there'll be one negative comment, and that's the one that's staying in my head. It's like, why? Why am I like this? So it's something that I'm working on. I've been working on for a long time. And that comment is actually out of my head now. And now I remember all the positive ones. That was on my fragrance video. Really a lot of positive comments on that fragrance video. But yeah, there was one comment that really bugged me. It was like, kind of made me go, ooh, So, but anyway, I think Christy said something like, it's human. It's part of being like a survival mechanism kind of thing, is so that you can sort out problems so that you can live and survive kind of thing. I think that was pretty much what she was saying. Jessica says, are you still using the Blendiful? Yes, I am. But unfortunately, mine somehow got cut. So it's kind of falling apart. Somebody came in and with some scissors and just chopped the top off of it, and I haven't sewed it back. So it's hard to use with it open. So if people are having them ripped, I would imagine they become much more difficult to use, because I know mine's really difficult to use now with the stuffing falling out of it every time I try to use it. Oh, here she comes. Da, da, da. All right. Come here, Haley Beans. Thank you. Oh, my baby. Oh, my baby. It's my baby. I love you so much. Hello. Hello. Don't lick my face. Hello, honey. Can you see her? Hopefully you can see her. Let me go back over to my software so I can see if you guys can see her. Yeah, you can see her. This is my baby, Haley. This is my baby, Haley. She's so sweet. Oh, my gosh. So let me tell you a Haley story real quick. So we got this fence installed in our backyard, right? Thousands of dollars for this fence so that the dogs could run free in our new backyard. We wanted them to be able to just run around. So my husband's outside, and he's taking the trash out, and the dogs are in the fence. And next he turns around, and there's Haley standing next to him on the other side of the fence. How the heck did you get out here? How did you get out here? Did you crawl under it? What happened? How did you get out here? So my husband and I go out there, and we test it. She's squiggling to go down. We test it. We both stand outside the fence, just outside, and we call her, Haley, come. Little girl jumps straight through the fence. Straight through the rungs. Boop. Jumps right over. We're like, you have got to be kidding me. We just spent thousands of dollars on this thing of fence, and you're just going to jump right through the thing. So John, my husband, he looks into all different ways of fixing it, making it so she can't get out, from chicken wire and different little fences and things. But it's a pretty large fence. It would be very, very expensive to put whatever it is all the way around our fence. It's a large fence. Then he looks and he finds something called a puppy bumper. Let me see. Oh, wait, I do have my phone. It's a puppy bumper. So what it is like, have you ever seen like those blow up cones that dogs can get instead of like the big cone of shame? It's like a blow up ring that goes around their neck. It's kind of like that, but it's smaller. So the idea is it makes their head just big enough, their neck just big enough so that they can't fit through. So I'm going to see if I can show you, because I took a photo of her the first time we put it on her. Oh my gosh, I die. Okay, so here, let me show you. I put these up on Twitter, but if you're not on Twitter, hold on, let me see. Oh, I can't do it from there. I don't know if can you see her? Oh my gosh, okay. And then this one. Look at this. That's her little head. So now she can't get through. And she actually kind of likes her bumper. Like she waits for us to put it on her. She sits really pretty and she lets us snap it on her. And she's just so stinking cute. I can't even with this one. And there's Sam. I don't know what he was doing. He was licking something. Licking his nose, it looks like. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's my Haley story. Thank you so much for bringing her down, hon. I appreciate it. All right, let me go back over to chat. I just want to make sure you could see. Let's see. Jenna says, I throw all beauty blenders and sponges in my washing machine and they last a long time and don't fall apart. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. Fatima says, through the rungs, be careful because her head can get stuck. Not anymore. Well, no, it can't because it's too small. Like if you look on either side, like her head's not going to get stuck. There's plenty of room on either side. There's like a good couple inches. Her head can't get stuck. But now that she has the bumper, she's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. But Anyway, back to the beauty blender thing, the Blendiful. I don't know why it's ripping. Tati did tweet a couple days ago that she was filming and she put a little butterfly next to it. So that tells me that it's probably the Blendiful video that she said she was going to make, showing the full face of products with the Blendiful. I have a feeling she filmed it a couple days ago. I don't know. I haven't talked to her. But I have a feeling that video is coming, and I have a feeling she's probably going to address the tears. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, I haven't talked to her. I don't know. But that's my thoughts. But the Blendiful should not be ripping. If you follow the directions from when you got it, there shouldn't be a problem with them, period. So, yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, we've got 5 minutes left. We can pop topics. Let me know whatever you guys want to talk about. Amy, will you breed Haley? No, we did have her fixed. Okay, Jenny says it happened to What Would Lizzie Do as well. I met Lizzie a couple of times. First time I met her, she seemed to know who I was and we chatted. And the second time I met her, she seemed to have no idea who I was. It was really weird. So the first time I met her, she was like, oh, Jen, blah, blah, blah. And like we talked or whatever. And the next time I saw her, I was like, Lizzie, what's up? And she looked at me like, who are you? Because I thought that because she recognized me the first time, she recognized me the second time. She didn't. It was kind of odd. But she was always very nice. But yeah, I'm sorry that happened to her. I did see it. I didn't watch her video, but I saw in the thumbnail it said ripping or ripped or something. So Daniela says, hi, Daniela. Daniela always leaves me these cute little emoji comments. I appreciate all of your comments, by the way. I always have to approve them. They're always marked as spam. So if you don't see your comment right away, it's because it was marked as spam. I'll approve it when I get into it. But hi, Daniela. She says, I washed my one and it's okay. Okay, gotcha. See, I know y'all. People don't think that I know people from my comment section. If you comment a lot, I know you. I recognize you if you comment a lot. Lee says, Jen, I love your channel. Just discovered you by Kevin James Bennett, Pro MUA here. Oh, Kevin. Oh, Kevin. I'm not going to go into Kevin. I'm not even going to go into it because it's going to end up in a whole nother thing. But John and I spent how many hours talking to Kevin? Like 10 hours talking to Kevin when we were down in Vegas, drinking bottles of wine in a casino and just chatting and talking and laughing and having fun. Jill says, Jen, do you have a gray palette recommendation? No, I don't. I know Essence made one that I didn't like. I can tell you that. I know ColourPop made one, right? I would imagine that would be good, but I don't have a gray palette recommendation. I'm sorry. Julie says, I hand wash mine, the Blendiful, I'm assuming. It only takes a few minutes and it works great. Absolutely love you, Jen. Oh, thank you, Julie. You've been around for a while. I love how honest and fair you are with everything you review and talk about. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Just Paul says, what do you think about all Nadi's videos being demonetized? I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, so let me just tell you, my videos very, very rarely get demonetized. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why I'm spared and Nady is not. I don't know if YouTube has some kind of system where like some kind of automated system that somehow flags certain channels for whatever reason. I don't know, because Nady cusses a lot. He talks about the herbage a lot. You know, maybe that's why he gets more strikes. I've noticed drama channels will often get demonetized more often. I don't know. It's super weird. It's super weird why Nady keeps getting demonetized. And it breaks my heart. I love Nady. I've invited Nady to come stay at my house in my guest room, and hopefully he takes me up on it. I want him to come hang out with me, and I want to film videos with him, and I love him so much. I met him when I was down in Texas, and we clicked. I would call Nady a friend. If I needed anything, I could talk to Nady. He is the nicest guy. Oh my gosh. I adore him, and I'm so sad he keeps getting demonetized. It's so, so sad. Oh, Julie, I do recognize your name, though. I do recognize your name. You've been around for a long time. I bet if I look up and I look in my comments and I see how many comments you've made a lot of comments over the years. Oh, Michelle Wong is here. Hi, Michelle. She says, do you know why when someone likes Robert Welsh uses Robbie DeChristy's video and his reacts videos that he's not risking a copyright strike from Robbie DeChristy? Yes, I do know the answer to that question. The reason why is because he's commenting on the video. Commenting on a video is considered fair use. That's why drama channels don't get flagged for it. So this is the rule as far as using someone else's video. like the way Robert does. He is adding something to it. He's also not showing the entire video. So like drama channels that show an entire like Instagram live or an entire Snapchat rant or whatever, I feel like they're at a risk of getting a copyright strike because they are using the entire content. If you're chopping it up and using pieces of it and commenting on it, that's considered fair use. And even if there was a copyright strike on it, that Robert or whoever would be able to fight it and they would win. So that's why. When I was talking to Roberto Blake that I talked about earlier, that's the YouTube expert, go subscribe to him if you're interested. He's amazing. Roberto was saying that if you use someone's photo in your thumbnail, you could be struck with a copyright because you didn't take that photo. But again, it's a process. It's really long to go through and all of that. So I don't think most people do try to claim copyright on a photo, on the use of their photo. But you could, he said you could technically win a copyright claim if your photo was used without permission. But as far as the content, as long as it's commentary, you can use it. It's the same thing with like using copywritten music. So I can't use a copywritten song like as like okay, like let's say I'm so let's say I'm like this is the first song that went in my head. I'm talking about, oh, it's been so rainy out here. Oh my gosh, but today is a beautiful day. And I played a little clip that went, here comes the sun, do 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 do. I could get struck for copyright because I'm not making commentary on the song. I'm just using it as part of the video. You know, because there's no commentary on it. It's just that it's convenient that it fits into the video. That's a misuse of a song. But if I commented on that song and I was like, okay, this is the song and let's talk about what all these lyrics mean, then I might not be struck for copyright. I might be able to win a copyright claim for that. Maybe, possibly. That's why a lot of like parodies and things can go through. All right, it's 11:01. Mary Dixon says copyrighted, not copywritten. Thank you for the semantics. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I remember one time I did that to my grandma. I contradicted her like that, and she got so mad at me. My grandma that passed away a long, long time ago. She got so mad at me. She was like, don't contradict me. She goes, so I haven't done that to anybody in a really long time. So whenever anybody like does that, like taking note. If I'm wrong, I'm taking note. But y'all, you know what I meant, Mary. I love you dearly, but you knew what I meant. But I appreciate you trying to correct me and teach me something. But you knew what I meant. All right, I gotta go. Thank you so much for being here. Again, please take it with a grain of salt, not grain of salt, but please know that this is a live video. I feel like I said everything the way that I wanted to say it, but please don't pick apart my words as if this is an edited video. This is, a live video and it should be taken as such. This can't be edited. So please take that into consideration if I watch this back and go, I wish I didn't say it quite like that. I think I did okay, but I don't know. Also, shout out to my friend Nancy who bought me this cup. It was her birthday last week. Happy birthday, Nancy. I love you dearly, and I love my mug. And thank you for being here. Mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye.